Hi everybody, it's Erin, and today we're going to do a work in progress flip through of the Garden Collage journal, and I'm going to be stitching the cover around the edges. So just doing this is a sped up version of the video, just doing a quick flip through here, showing you the progress I've made. There's still some decoration and lots of tags and ephemera and stuff to make yet, and some finishing off of pages and whatnot, but this is where I'm at the moment, and just kind of wanted to give you an in-progress shot now that I've got the signatures all sewn in and ready to go. Still lots of writing room in this one, which is nice, I think. And now I am going to cut the excess fabric from around the cover. I'm just using my fabric shears to do this, and I'm looking to get as clean an edge as possible, but I'm going to be using a stitching technique to finish off the edge, so it doesn't need to be perfect, but I'm going to get it as close as I can. Just doing a little bit of detailed trimming just to make sure I've got all of that kind of straightened out. And now I'm going to take my hole punches and my self-healing mat, and I'm going to be punching holes all around the edge, about 1/4 inch in. Were I to do this again, I think I would go a little bit further in, like 3/8 inch maybe, 1/4 inch. As I kept going around, it got a little too close to the edge if I wasn't completely, going straight. I think the other thing that I might do, lessons learned, is possibly draw a pencil line or something to guide myself as I punch the holes. I was doing this all by eye and feel and everything, and I think it turned out great. I'm really happy with the results, but as we do things, do new things, and then we learn things we do differently. So those are a couple things I would do differently. I'm sure I will use this technique again. It was time consuming for sure, but it's a lot of fun. I like the finish that it gives me, and I think it offers a lot of options for potentially some really cool cover construction ideas. So yeah, we'll see. I got these punches on Amazon, by the way. If you are looking for some similar, I think I probably searched for leathercraft punches or leather punches. I know my dad has some just like this for his leather working, and that's what I had in my head, and that's what I went with. And it came in a set. They were not that expensive. I want to say it was like maybe right around $10 to get the punches. And normally I would use a mallet, but somebody took off with my mallet, so I had to scrounge a hammer. So working around the spine here, since I have those cords kind of going around the edge, I needed to maneuver the threads and the hole punch to make sure that I wasn't punching through the cords that are holding the signatures in place, but making sure that those cords were going between the tines of the punches. Does that make sense? So I just would kind of scooch one to one side or another, just so everything kind of fit nicely. And then just fitting the first tine into the last hole that I punched, and that's just how I keep everything evenly spaced. And this actually worked out pretty well distance-wise. I think, yeah, this is the only time I had to grab a different punch with a different number of tines on it just to even it all out. So I am now grabbing a golden colored linen waxed thread. I will say, like, this technique does take a lot of thread. So just beware and know that you're going to need a lot of thread to do this. Now the stitch that I'm doing, I have no idea what it's called. This is one that my dad does on his leather work. No idea what the name of it is. And I'm not even sure if I was doing it right. The only thing I remembered from my leather working class that I took when I was, I think, 10 years old was something about through the hole and through the X. And so I knew I needed to create some sort of X with the stitches around the edge and then pull the needle through the X in order to finish the stitch. So what I did was I whip stitched forward and then I whip stitched backward to create the X, and then I pull the needle through the top of the X, and that is what I did all the way around. When I get to the corners, I just kind of double up the stitches to make sure that they're nice and covered, but that is pretty much it. It took me a bit to kind of figure it out and get going, but once I did, it actually went pretty smoothly. It was pretty relaxing just to kind of sit there and stitch. And the waxed thread works very nicely for this purpose. You could also, use maybe like embroidery floss. You could consider using, maybe if you were to punch larger holes, maybe you could use some type of a yarn or something like that. Dad does this with leather lace, so I mean, certainly you could use leather lace. But you might need a bigger punch for those. These are just I think like 1 millimeter punches. And I'm not going to make you watch me go around the whole journal because I think you're getting the idea. So here I'm making sure I'm getting the needle and thread through the lace pieces at the end of those pockets. So that lace is going to be held down nice and secure into the stitching around the edge of the cover. Friends, are you enjoying this tutorial on lacing around a journal cover and looking at my progress on this? Give us a like and consider subscribing to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. Also, would absolutely love if you left us some comments. Tell us what kind of journal you're working on. What kind of techniques do you like to use to finish off your covers? Have you ever tried doing an edge lacing like this before? Or is there something else that you prefer to do more or that is more your style? Let us know. Let's have a conversation. I hope everybody's having a great day. We will see you in the next video where I'm going to decorate the cover. And I've got some more ephemera making tutorials and just kind of craft with me sessions coming up soon. So I will see you very soon. Bye, everybody.